Chapter 1. The Empty Altar. The chapel smelled of white roses, but all I could taste was metal. I stood beneath the arch and pressed my thumb against the silver pen in my pocket. My father had carried it for 20 years. He placed it in my hand the night we signed the papers that created Orion Technologies. Build something honest, he told me. I had tried. 5 more minutes, Victor Morgan said. Claire's father kept smiling at the guests, but his jaw was tight. Has she called you? I asked. No, brides are late. Claire is never late. Victor adjusted his cuffs. Do not create a problem before we know there is one. My phone vibrated. Claire. I stepped behind a curtain and answered. Where are you? Her breathing was steady. No, I need you to listen. Everyone is waiting. I cannot come. The noise from the chapel disappeared. What do you mean? Adrian called me. He is at the hospital. Is he dying? He had a panic attack. I looked through the curtain. 200 people faced the empty aisle. Our employees sat beside investors. Lily watched the door. A quartet kept playing. Claire, we are getting married in 5 minutes. I know. Then come here. I cannot leave him alone. He has doctors. He asked for me. I swallowed. And I am asking for you. She went silent. That silence hurt more than an answer. Claire, I whispered. Choose us. Just once. Choose the life we planned. Do not make this cruel. Cruel? I am standing at our altar. Adrian has nobody. He had years to find somebody. I gave you 7 years. You always understand. The words landed softly. That made them worse. No, I said. I always surrender. Tell everyone there was an emergency. We can reschedule after the IPO. After the IPO? The company cannot handle a scandal now. I touched the pen. Are you worried about me at all? Of course. Then say you are sorry. Another pause. I have to go. Adrian needs me. The call ended. I stared at my screen until Victor pulled the curtain aside. What happened? She canceled. His face lost color. Keep your voice down. She canceled our wedding for Adrian. Victor grabbed my arm. You will not announce that. I pulled free. Why? Half the room owns part of your company. Say she became ill. She is not ill. You are emotional. I am the groom. You are also a founder. Act like one. I walked toward the altar. The music stopped. Faces turned toward me. Lily stood. Noah. I looked at the empty aisle and the ring in my palm. Thank you for coming, I said. There will be no wedding today. Whispers moved across the room. Victor came behind me. Medical emergency. Claire sends her apologies. I faced him. Do not speak for me. Investors lowered their eyes. Employees stared. Someone raised a phone. Lily reached me. Where is she? With Adrian. Her grip tightened. That man returned 2 weeks ago. I know. Victor blocked us. Nobody leaves until we agree on a statement. I almost laughed. Your daughter left. Orion goes public in 9 days. One careless sentence could cost millions. I looked at people who had watched me build machines from borrowed parts and sleep under office desks. Somehow, I had become the least important person in my own life. I will not lie, I said. Victor leaned close. Claire knows you will calm down. That was when I understood. She chose Adrian because she believed I would remain after the damage. I walked outside. Rain had started. I removed my boutonniere and left it on a wall. My phone buzzed. For one foolish second, I hoped it was Claire. It was an Orion finance alert. Payment approved. Cross Strategic Consulting. Amount: $2,400,000. Authorized by Claire Morgan, CEO. Time approved. 9:12 a.m. I read the alert 3 times. Claire had not simply abandoned me that morning. While I waited to promise her my life, she had used our company to pay the man she chose over me. The rain felt warmer than my blood. I finally understood everything. The exact minute our wedding was meant to begin. Chapter 2. 7 Days of Silence. I returned to the apartment after midnight. Unopened wedding gifts filled the living room. Someone had sent crystal glasses with our names carved into them. I turned one over so I would not have to read hers beside mine. I sat on the couch and held the ring until my hand hurt. The door opened. Lily stepped inside carrying 2 cups. You ignored 12 calls. I was busy ruining everyone's evening. You did not ruin anything. I canceled a wedding in front of investors. She canceled it first. Lily looked at the ring. Give me that. No. You are cutting your palm. I opened my hand. A red mark crossed my skin. She called once, I said. What did she say? She asked whether I had spoken to the press. Lily stared at me. Nothing else. She said Adrian was sleeping. Did she ask whether you were alive? I looked away. Lily sat beside me. She did not make one mistake, Noah. She made a choice. He had a panic attack. And you had a wedding. You always do this, she said. Do what? You build excuses before people ask for them. I rubbed the ring. 7 years does not disappear in one morning. No, it disappears one choice at a time. At 7, the door opened again. Claire entered wearing yesterday's clothes. She looked tired but not broken. Lily, she said, do not say my name like we are friends. Claire looked at me. Can we speak alone? She stays, I said. You left me alone in a chapel. You can talk before my sister. Claire placed her purse down. Adrian could not breathe. He thought he was dying. Why did he call you instead of an ambulance? He called one. Then why stay all night? He needed someone familiar. Lily laughed. He vanished for years. How familiar could he be? Claire ignored her. Stress triggered it. What stress? The IPO. His consulting work. I stood. Did his panic attack require $2.4 million? Claire's face changed. You saw the alert. I own the system that sent it. It was scheduled. You approved it at 9:12. It had to be released before markets opened. Our ceremony started at 9:12. That timing meant nothing. It meant enough for me to remember. Claire crossed her arms. I came home to explain, not fight. Then explain. You are not involved in investor strategy. I am a founder, and I am CEO. The room went quiet. Claire softened her voice. The IPO is in 8 days. We cannot let our private problem damage the company. Our private problem? We should delay any announcement about us. Lily stepped forward. There is no us. Claire watched me. Tell her to stop. No. She blinked. What? I removed the ring and placed it on the table. Are you ending 7 years because I helped someone during a crisis? You ended it when you assumed I would wait. Let us speak after the IPO. I will speak when I choose. I filled a suitcase. Claire followed me. Where are you going? Somewhere you cannot call home after leaving me at the altar. You are overreacting. Maybe. I should have reacted years ago. My phone rang. Maya Chen's name appeared. Maya. Her voice was low. Can you come to my office? What happened? I found more payments to Cross Strategic. How many? Too many to discuss by phone. Claire reached for my arm. Do not involve finance. Lily moved between us. Do not touch him. At Orion, Maya locked her office door and opened a folder. I preserve copies, she said. No edits can remove them. Why would anyone edit them? The descriptions are almost empty. She turned her screen toward me. Rows of payments filled it. Market access. Investor coordination. Brand protection. I read. None includes reports or completed work. How much? $14.8 million in 6 months. My stomach tightened. For what? That is what I cannot find. Claire's approval stood on every line. Preserve everything, I said. Should I alert the audit committee? Not yet. Why? If Claire is innocent, I need proof. And if she is not? I thought of the empty altar. Then 7 days of silence will give her enough rope to tell me herself. Maya opened another file. Noah, Adrian's company has no employees, office, or product. She pointed to the total, and Claire approved every dollar. I felt sick. We may have paid millions for work that never existed. Chapter 3. The signature she hid. Maya and I stayed until the cleaning crew arrived. Every cross-strategic contract used the same language. Market development. Executive positioning. Strategic access. None named a client or result. Maya rubbed her eyes. A real consulting firm would attach work records. Could Claire have received them privately? Company policy requires copies here. I opened another file. Claire's signature sat beneath Adrian's. She signed all of them. Yes. Did anyone else approve them? Victor signed too. The rest used Claire's emergency authority. Emergency authority for $14 million. Maya looked at me. You need legal advice. I called Marcus Hale before sunrise. He arrived in a wrinkled suit and locked the door. Tell me this is not about the wedding. It started with the wedding. That is not what I asked. I pushed the contracts across the table. Marcus read silently. Do not confront anyone until I copy these. I confronted Claire about the first payment. Did you accuse her of fraud? No. Good. Maya pointed to the signatures. Can the board stop further payments? Yes, if we prove risk. Claire controls the meeting schedule. I thought she controlled everything, I said. Marcus looked at me. She does not. He removed a thick folder from his briefcase. What is that? Your father's trust. I signed the voting transfer last month. You signed your part. The trust required board approval. Claire said it was complete. She was wrong. Marcus placed a page before me. Your founder shares still carry 4 votes each. Hers carry 1. Maya leaned closer. Noah can call an emergency vote. With evidence, Marcus said. If he uses control to settle a romantic dispute, investors will destroy him. I do not want her seat because she left me. Then prove why you want it. My phone rang. Claire. Marcus raised one finger. Say little. I answered. What? Where are you? Claire asked. At work. With Maya? Why? Finance froze Adrian's next payment. Maya mouthed, I did not. I know nothing about that. Come to my office. I am already here. Claire arrived 10 minutes later. She saw Marcus. Why is legal here? Routine IPO review, he said. At 6 in the morning? I stood. Why did Orion pay Adrian nearly $15 million? Claire shut the door. Maya, leave. She stays, I said. This is a CEO matter. It became a founder matter when you hid it. I hid nothing. The board approved an outside strategy budget. Not these contracts. Adrian brought relationships we needed. Name one. North Lake Capital. They passed. He opened the door. For $15 million? Claire crossed her arms. You are simplifying something you do not understand. Then explain. She glanced at Marcus. Adrian saved my family when my father's company collapsed. He arranged financing and protected my father. So you owe him? Yes. Did you use my company to repay a private debt? Her face went still. Our company. Answer me. It will all be worth it after the IPO. That is not an answer. He understands investors. And I do not. You build products, Noah. I keep the world interested in them. Marcus spoke. Were the services completed? Of course. Where are the reports? With Adrian. Company records must remain here. I will obtain them today. I stepped closer. Did you know he planned to remove me after the IPO? Her eyes moved. That was enough. What did he tell you? She asked. Nothing. Your face did. Adrian thinks your role should change. Investors want clear leadership. Departing founders sounds clear. Claire inhaled. You saw a draft. I had not until that moment. Maya turned to her computer. A draft of what? Marcus said, nobody touches a device. I searched the communications archive. A deleted document appeared under Claire's account. Orion post-IPO leadership announcement. Adrian Cross, Chief Strategy Officer. Noah Bennett, departing founder and technical advisor. My name looked like an obituary. The message history showed Adrian's words. Once listing is complete, Noah becomes unnecessary. Claire had replied. Not before the bell. We need him stable until then. I read it twice. Claire stepped toward me. That is not what it looks like. It looks like you knew. I was buying time. For him or me? For the company. I closed the screen. My chest hurt, but the pain had changed. At the chapel, I had felt abandoned. Now I felt hunted. Claire had not chosen Adrian over the wedding. She had helped him prepare my exit, then asked me to smile until my usefulness ended. Love could not explain that. Fear could not excuse it. Marcus touched my shoulder. Do not act yet. Claire whispered, Noah, listen. I put my father's trust folder under my arm. No. For the first time, You are going to wait while I learn the full truth. Chapter 4. Revenge or Ruin. Arthur Cole lived above a quiet bookstore. He opened the door before I knocked. You look like your father after his first board fight. I hope that is a compliment. It is not. I placed the contracts, messages, and trust papers on his kitchen table. He read everything silently. When he finished, he poured coffee. What do you want? I want Claire removed. That is an action. What do you want? I want her to understand. She may never understand. Then I want her to hurt. Arthur pushed my cup toward me. Honest. Also dangerous. She planned to force me out. Yes. She used company money to pay him. It appears so. She canceled our wedding for him. That part is personal. All of it is personal. Arthur leaned back. Your father once had the votes to destroy a partner who betrayed him. He waited, collected proof, and removed one guilty person without burning the building. I am not my father. No. You are angrier. I stared into the coffee. Revenge asks who deserves pain, Arthur said. Justice asks who must be protected. Decide which question you are answering. My phone vibrated with an unknown number. Mr. Bennett, my name is Nora Blake. I knew she had exposed fraud at 2 public companies. How did you get this number? Someone at Orion is worried about payments to Cross Strategic. Arthur held out his hand. I used the speaker. Nora said, I have 6 transfers and no matching work. I also hear Adrian Cross will join Orion after listing. I have no comment. Did Claire Morgan approve the payments? No comment. Did she cancel your wedding because of Cross? My throat tightened. My private life is not your investigation. It matters if personal loyalty influenced spending. You will not use my humiliation as decoration. Then give me facts that matter. I am giving you nothing today. When you change your mind, call me. The line ended. Arthur watched me. You could ruin Claire by lunch and sink the IPO. Hundreds of employees have options. Some mortgaged homes because they believed in us. Then you know your duty. I do not know what to do with my anger. Carry it. Do not let it drive. The decision should have felt noble. It did not. Part of me still wanted every camera turned toward Claire while her perfect image cracked. I wanted her to feel 200 eyes judging her, as I had. But each time that thought rose, I saw our engineers packing their desks. I could punish her quickly or protect what thousands of hours had built. I could not do both that painful day. At Orion, cameras waited for an IPO interview. Claire stood beneath our logo in a cream suit, smiling as if the wedding had not collapsed. There you are, she said. The network wants us together. I am not doing a relationship interview. It is about the company. The invitation says Founder Love Story. She lowered her voice. Please do not embarrass me. You left me at the altar, and I came back. That is not the same as staying. The camera crew approached. Claire slipped her hand around my arm. I removed it. Her smile held. After the listing, we can fix us. There may be nothing left to fix. For the first time, her expression broke. Are you threatening me? No. Do not mistake my silence for surrender. The interviewer arrived. I spoke only about Orion's engineers, customers, and products. Claire tried twice to mention our future. I redirected both times. Afterward, she followed me into an empty hall. You made me look foolish. I told the truth. You barely looked at me. I am practicing. Practicing what? Living without your approval. Adrian said you would become vindictive. Adrian seems to know my future. He is worried about the company. So am I. In the legal conference room, Maya, Marcus, and Arthur waited. No leaks, I said. No private messages to the press. We collect evidence, protect employees, and call a vote only when the case is complete. Marcus nodded. That is defensible. Maya asked, and Claire? She receives the fairness she denied me. My phone rang again. Nora. I found 3 companies Adrian advised before Orion, she said. All collapsed after secret consulting payments. Each time, he promised growth, moved valuable assets, and blamed a founder when the money vanished. Can you prove it? Enough to make your board panic. Send me everything. So you believe me now? I believe patterns deserve evidence. Then prepare yourself. Orion may not be his first target. Arthur looked at me. Still want revenge? I thought of Claire smiling beneath our logo while Adrian prepared another grave. I want the truth, I said, before he buries my company. Chapter 5. The man I was before her. I returned to the engineering floor the next morning. For months, I had spent more time beside Claire at investor dinners than beside the people who built Orion. The room fell quiet when I entered. Sam Ortiz rolled his chair from a wall of code. Are you lost? I used to work here. You used to sleep here. A few engineers laughed. I pointed at warning lights on his monitor. What broke? The identity service. Someone copying an old access token might enter a customer account. When did you find it? Last night. Why was I not called? Claire told us not to distract you from IPO work. I am the chief product architect. That title has looked decorative lately. The truth stung because I had helped make it true. Show me the code. Sam studied me. Are you staying? Until it is fixed. We worked 14 hours. I forgot Claire's messages and the ring in my suitcase. I argued with Sam, rewrote token rules, and watched the warning lights turn green. At midnight, Sam handed me cold coffee. You still know what you are doing, he said. I was afraid I had forgotten. You did not forget. You walked away. For Claire. No. You walked away because applause was easier than building. I looked at him. You wanted honesty, he said. The platform survives bad decisions. Maybe do the same for yourself. My phone showed 9 missed calls from Lily and 6 from Claire. I called Lily first. Are you alive? She demanded. At the office. Have you eaten? Coffee. That is not food. It had milk. I am bringing dinner. She arrived with noodles and watched me eat. You look better, she said. I have not slept. You look like yourself. I lowered my fork. What if revenge changes me? Then do not take revenge. She deserves consequences. Consequences are not cruelty. Arthur said something similar. Then Arthur is brilliant. He is also 80. Wisdom takes time. I smiled for the first time since the chapel. When I left, Maya's scarf lay on my passenger seat. She had forgotten it after our late meeting. Claire was waiting beside my car. We need to talk, she said. We have talked. Not without lawyers, finance officers, or your sister. That was your choice. Her eyes moved to the scarf. Whose is that? Maya's. Claire opened the door and lifted it. Why was Maya in your car? I drove her home after we preserved company records. Against me? For the company. You expect me to believe this is innocent? I stared at her. You canceled our wedding for another man. You do not get to question my loyalty. Her face went pale. I did not sleep with Adrian. I did not ask. He was sick. You approved millions for him. Those payments are legitimate. Then produce the work. He needs time. The IPO is in 4 days. Time is what he has taken from us. Claire dropped the scarf. You are enjoying this. Enjoying what? Making me chase you. I begged you at the altar. Do not rewrite that memory because I stopped. She stepped closer. I made a terrible choice. But you are punishing me every hour. I moved out, asked questions, and refused to pretend. Which part is punishment? You became cold. I became clear. Her phone rang. Adrian's name appeared. She declined it. See, she said. I am choosing you. He should not still be a choice. The phone rang again. Answer it. Claire answered. What? Adrian's voice carried. The subsidiary agreement must be signed tonight. I need time. If you delay, the foreign partners walk. Noah is reviewing the contracts. A pause. Why does Noah know? Adrian asked. I held out my hand. Claire kept the phone. I will handle him, she said. She ended the call. What agreement? I asked. Nothing final. Show me. It concerns international licensing. Show me, Claire. She looked away. Tomorrow. I picked up Maya's scarf and entered my car. Where are you going? She asked. To finish the work you forgot I could do. The next afternoon, Maya entered the lab carrying a contract. You need to see this. Sam locked the door. Claire's signature appeared on the final page. I read the transfer clause twice. Cross Strategic would control Orion Vision, our most valuable imaging technology, the day after the IPO. For how much? I asked. $1 now, Maya said. Future revenue sharing later. Sam swore. I felt something inside me become still. The security flaw had been an accident. This was a door built on purpose. If the agreement survived, Adrian could take our best invention while ordinary investors carried the risk alone. Claire had not merely trusted Adrian. She had signed away the heart of my company. Chapter 6. The First Cracks. The first regulator email arrived before breakfast. Maya forwarded it with one line. They want every cross-strategic invoice by noon. An hour later, North Lake Capital delayed its IPO order. Then Victor entered my office without knocking. What have you done? He demanded. I came to work. Do not play games. Investors are nervous. Regulators are asking questions. And Claire says you refuse to support her. I refuse to sign lies. He threw a printed statement onto my desk. This says all consulting contracts followed policy. They did not. This company cannot survive a founder war. It survived your daughter paying Adrian millions. Victor lowered his voice. Control the story. That was your advice at the wedding. And you ignored it. Your daughter ignored the wedding. This is not about your wounded pride. I stood. Then stop asking me to protect hers. Claire appeared in the doorway. Her eyes were red. Dad, leave us. Victor pointed at the statement. Get his signature. When he left, Claire closed the door. North Lake may pull out, she said. Then we tell them the truth. The truth will kill the listing. No. Adrian's contracts might. She placed the statement before me. Sign this, and I will freeze every future payment. You should have frozen them already. I need the board. You used emergency authority to approve them. That was different. Because Adrian asked? She pressed both hands to my desk. I am trying to save Orion. So am I. Then sign. I tore the statement in half. Claire stared at the pieces. You want me to fail? I want you to stop making your survival everyone else's duty. My phone rang. Nora asked me to meet her downstairs. She sat in a corner of the lobby cafe with a tablet. Your reputation is changing fast, she said. What happened? She showed me a news post. Orion founders suffered breakdown after wedding dispute. Sources say. None of this is true. I know. How? Because the same wording appeared after Adrian's last partnership collapsed. She opened 3 old articles. Each described a founder as unstable before money vanished. He is preparing blame, Nora said. Can you connect him to today's leak? Not yet. I can connect him to the pattern. If you publish everything, Orion falls with him. So what do you allow? I hated the question. The private messages would make the story explosive. They would also turn my wedding into public entertainment. Publish his failed companies, the consulting payments already in public filings, and the repeated accusations against former founders. What about Claire? No private messages. No wedding details. You are protecting her. I am protecting employees. People may think she is innocent. Then let evidence decide later. Nora studied me. Most betrayed men want fire. I want the right building to burn. By afternoon, her report was live. Adrian called me. You think a reporter can scare me? He asked. I think records can. You are emotional, Noah. Everyone sees it. You used the same line on 3 founders. They failed. After trusting you. He laughed. Claire trusts me too. The call ended before I answered. Claire entered moments later, holding Nora's article. You gave her this. I gave her permission to publish verified facts. You are destroying Adrian. He destroyed those companies. He saved my family. No. He purchased your family's debt. She froze. What? I placed documents from Nora on my screen. He bought the loans through a shell company for 20 cents on the dollar. Then he offered your father money in exchange for control. That is not true. Ask Victor. She called him on speaker. Dad, did Adrian buy our debt? Silence. Answer me. Victor sighed. It was complicated. Did he save us? He gave us options. Did he own the company that held our loans? Another silence. Claire whispered. You knew. I did what protected our family. You let me believe I owed him my life. He had money. Noah had ideas. At the time, money mattered. Claire ended the call. Her face had lost all color. I canceled our wedding because I thought Adrian once sacrificed everything for me, she said. You canceled it because you chose not to verify the story. Tears filled her eyes. Help me fix this. Tell the board everything. I cannot lose my position. There it was. Even with Adrian's lie exposed, she still reached for the chair before reaching for truth. Her phone lit up on my desk. A message from Adrian appeared. Remove Noah before the IPO, or I release every signed agreement and make you the only criminal. Claire snatched up the phone. I had already read it. She looked at me, trembling. What are you going to do? I asked. For once, she had no answer. Chapter 7. The Offer I Refused. The night before the IPO, every light in Orion was still on. I have been suspended, Maya said. By whom? Claire. For what? A confidential pricing file reached a competitor. Adrian says I leaked it. Did you? Maya's expression hardened. You know I did not. I do. Did Claire ask for your side? She sent a 2-line email and removed my access. I called Claire. She answered on the 3rd ring. I am in a meeting. You suspended Maya. Evidence points to her. What evidence? Adrian traced the download to finance. Adrian is not security. He hired specialists. You let the accused man investigate the crime. He is not accused by the board. He threatened you this afternoon. Claire went silent. Restore Maya's access, I said. No. Then send me the evidence. I cannot discuss an internal investigation with someone preparing to remove me. My grip tightened around the phone. Who told you that? Adrian. Of course. She ended the call. Sam appeared at my door 5 minutes later. Maya said you need logs. All access records for the pricing file. I already pulled them. He opened his laptop. The download came through finance, but the token was copied from an executive guest device. Whose guest? Sam enlarged the entry. Adrian Cross. Maya leaned over the screen. He used my department as a tunnel. Can you prove the token was his? Camera records, device signature, and login timing. Preserve all 3. Marcus joined us by video call. I showed him the logs. Enough for an emergency order, he said. Do not contact Adrian. He is inside our building. Then keep security close. I found Claire in the executive lounge with Adrian. He stood when I entered. Should a suspended finance officer be wandering the building? Maya is not the leak. Claire crossed her arms. We are reviewing that. No. Sam completed the review. I placed the access report before her. Adrian barely looked at it. Technical logs can be altered. Not after independent preservation. Marcus's voice came through my phone. Mr. Cross, a court has ordered you to preserve every Orion file and device in your possession. Adrian stared at me. You went to court on IPO night? You stole from us on IPO night. Claire read the report again. Why would you frame Maya? Adrian turned to her. Because Noah is using her against you. That is not an answer, I said. He stepped closer. You think founder votes make you powerful? Tomorrow, investors will choose stability. Claire is stability. Then why are you threatening her? Claire looked at him sharply. Adrian's face changed. You showed him my message? I saw it, I said. He picked up his coat. You are making a mistake, Claire. Security waited outside. I watched them escort him to a conference room until Marcus arrived. Claire followed me into the empty trading hall on the top floor. Screens displayed a countdown to the opening bell. You planned all this, she said. I responded to what he did. You are going to remove me. I am going to present evidence. You built this company for us. I looked at the glowing Orion logo. I built it before I knew what you were willing to become. She flinched. I was scared, she said. Adrian knew about the contracts. If they became public, I would lose everything. So you let Maya take the blame. I needed time. You always need time after someone else pays the price. Claire stepped in front of me. I will cut Adrian off tonight. That should have happened before our wedding. I will cancel every agreement. You signed them. I will testify against him. Because he turned on you. Because I finally see him. I shook my head. You finally see that he cannot protect you. Her voice broke. What do you want me to say? The truth without asking what it buys you. She reached for my hand. Stop the vote. After tomorrow, we can restart. The engagement, the wedding, all of it. For 1 second, I saw the apartment, the crystal glasses, and the life I had wanted. My body remembered loving her before my mind remembered the cost. Then my fingers touched my father's silver pen. I removed my hand from hers. Forgiveness without accountability is permission, I said. I will not give you permission to do this again. So this is revenge. No, revenge would be destroying you in public. Tomorrow, I will show the board what you signed and let them decide. I left her beneath the countdown screens. As I entered the elevator, Arthur called. Claire just asked me to support an emergency vote, he said. To remove me? Yes. Before sunrise. She had offered me our future, while secretly trying to erase me from it. Chapter 8. The Bell and the Vote. Bright screens covered the exchange. Cameras followed Claire and me through the entrance. Employees cheered from a balcony, unaware that our board might break apart before the opening bell. Claire smiled for the photographers. Stand closer, she whispered. No, do not create panic. I am not the one who created it. Her smile tightened. Arthur will not support you. Did he tell you that? He understands what listing day means. So do I. A staff member approached. The board is waiting upstairs. Claire's eyes shifted. Why? Emergency meeting. The conference room overlooked the trading floor. Arthur sat at the head of the table. Marcus stood beside a screen. Maya and Sam waited near the windows. Claire stopped. Maya is suspended. No longer, Arthur said. Sit down. Adrian entered behind us with 2 security officers and his lawyer. Claire looked at me. You brought him here? The court did, Marcus said. Mr. Cross was ordered to surrender company devices. Arthur struck the table once. We have 38 minutes before the bell. Noah, present your motion. I stood. My motion is to remove Claire Morgan as CEO for breach of duty, undisclosed conflicts, misuse of company funds, and failure to protect corporate assets. Claire's face remained still. Arthur said, Evidence. Maya connected her laptop. Cross Strategic received $14.8 million in 6 months, she said. Most contracts contain no measurable work. Claire approved every payment. 2 used Victor Morgan's signature. Victor shifted in his seat. Those were valid consulting expenses. Then show the work, I said. He looked away. Maya displayed the subsidiary agreement. This transfers control of Orion Vision to Cross Strategic for $1 after listing. Board members began speaking at once. Claire raised her voice. The revenue agreement would have returned more value later. Based on what forecast? Maya asked. Adrian's international partners. None are named. Adrian leaned forward. Confidential relationships are common. Sam connected a second screen. Stealing files is not. He showed the access logs, camera images, and device record. The pricing file was downloaded using Adrian's guest device, Sam said. The route through finance was designed to blame Maya. Adrian's lawyer whispered to him. Claire stared at Adrian. Tell them the logs are wrong. He did not answer. Marcus spoke next. Claire suspended Maya without an independent review. She also hid a proposed leadership announcement from the board. The draft appeared. Adrian Cross, Chief Strategy Officer. Noah Bennett, departing founder. Claire looked at me. I never approved that announcement. You replied to it, I said. I was delaying him. You wrote, we need Noah stable until then. I was protecting the IPO. I felt every eye turn toward me. You protected Adrian, I said, then called it loyalty to the company. Claire stood. Everything I did was meant to keep this company alive. No. You protected your position, your father, and the story you wanted to believe. When the cost came due, you offered Maya, me, and our technology instead. Her voice shook. Was I ever more important than this company? You were, I said. That was my greatest mistake. Silence filled the room. Arthur called for the vote. Claire voted against removal. Victor did the same. 3 directors hesitated, watching the countdown on the wall. Marcus placed my father's trust document before them. Noah's founder shares retain enhanced voting rights. The transfer was never approved. Claire turned toward me. You knew. I learned after the wedding. You kept it from me. You kept my removal announcement from me. Arthur voted yes. Maya could not vote, but her evidence remained on every screen. One director raised his hand, then another. The motion passed. Claire closed her eyes. Arthur said, Maya Chun will serve as interim CEO, effective immediately. Victor stood. You cannot do this on listing day. We just did, Arthur replied. Adrian pushed back his chair and moved toward the door. An investigator entered with exchange security. Adrian Cross, she asked. We need to speak with you regarding suspected fraud and evidence tampering. He looked at Claire. Tell them this was your plan. Claire said nothing. They stopped him before he reached the hall. Marcus handed me the removal resolution. I took out my father's silver pen. Claire watched me sign. I loved you, she whispered. I know. Then how can you do this? Because love does not make your choices harmless. I finished my signature. Minutes later, Maya stood beside me above the trading floor. Claire remained behind the glass wall, no longer wearing the CEO badge. The countdown reached 0. We rang the bell. Employees shouted. Screens flashed Orion's opening price. The listing held. Everyone around me celebrated. I felt no triumph, only a clean, deep pain where fear had lived. I had not taken Claire's company. I had finally taken my silence back. Chapter 9. What Forgiveness Could Not Restore. 6 months later, I entered Orion through the employee doors. She met me near the elevators. The audit committee approved the new controls. All of them, every contract over $50,000 now needs 2 independent signatures. Victor would hate that. Victor hates many things from outside the building. After the investigation, the board had removed him. Adrian faced fraud, theft, and evidence tampering charges. Claire had avoided criminal charges by turning over messages, agreements, and account records, but regulators had banned her from serving as an officer while the case continued. Maya handed me a report. Product revenue is up 12%. You sound pleased. I'm trying not to become arrogant. Ask Sam to insult you once a week. He already does it daily. I smiled. Lily had called it ugly. I called it accurate. At noon, Claire sent me one message. The cafe at 3. Please. I have something that belongs to you. I almost refused. Then I touched my father's pen and understood that avoiding her was another way of letting the past direct me. The cafe was where Claire and I had once drawn Orion's first business plan on paper napkins. She sat at our old table without makeup, assistants, or cameras. You came, she said. I said I would. You did not answer. I am answering now. She pushed a small box across the table. My wedding ring rested inside. I kept thinking you would ask for it, she said. I forgot you had it. The answer hurt her. I saw it in the way her fingers tightened around her cup. I am cooperating with Marcus, she said. I gave him everything. I know. Adrian lied about my family. Yes. My father let him. Yes. I was trapped. I looked at her. Do not stop there. Her eyes lowered. I also made choices. That is the first honest sentence you have given me without asking for something. I deserve that. You do. She took a slow breath. I thought your love meant you would never leave. Love was never permission to betray me. I know that now. No. You know I left. That is different. Tears formed in her eyes, but she did not wipe them away. I canceled our wedding because Adrian said he would expose the contracts if I did not come, she admitted. The panic attack was real, but he used it. I told myself I was protecting the IPO. You were protecting yourself. Yes. The word was quiet. I kept thinking I could fix everything after the bell, she continued. The company, Adrian, us. I thought you would wait because you always did. I did wait. I know. I waited through missed dinners, hidden calls, broken promises, and every time you told me the company needed you more than I did. The altar was only the first time you made the choice where everyone could see it. She covered her mouth. I felt pain, but not the old need to rescue her from it. Can you forgive me? She asked. I already have. Hope moved across her face. I closed the ring box. Forgiveness does not restore trust. It does not erase consequences, and it does not rebuild a future you destroyed. Her hope faded. So there is no chance? No. Is there someone else? There is someone I forgot. She looked confused. Me. Claire began crying then, silently. I stood. I hope you become someone who never needs another person's weakness to feel safe, I said. But I cannot stay to watch. Outside, the afternoon sun reflected from Orion's tower. I sold our apartment the following week. I donated the unopened wedding gifts and used part of the sale to create the Bennett Founders Program for young engineers with strong ideas and little money. On the program's first morning, Lily entered my new office carrying coffee. No crystal glasses? She asked. Never again. Any regrets? Thousands. Would you change the vote? No. She placed the coffee beside a blank notebook. Dad would be proud. My throat tightened. I hope so. After she left, sunrise spread across the empty office. I placed my father's silver pen beside the notebook. For years, I had believed loyalty meant staying until nothing remained of me. Claire taught me the cost of that belief. Losing her had not saved me. Choosing myself had. I opened the notebook and wrote. My life did not end at an empty altar. It began when I finally walked away.